Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm so excited because we're gonna be doing the Dollar Tree makeup challenge. I've been going to Dollar Tree like so much lately because I've been sending out a lot more packages like for Poshmark, and so I've been getting a lot of my tissue paper and thank you cards from there because literally everything is $1. And you just never know what you're gonna find there. I mean, it's just like one of those places where you go in there and you spend 20 bucks and you can get 20 new things, and it's just like, I don't know, it's fun. So I did a video like this about 2 years ago and I really loved it because it wasn't a fail. There were actually some really good products in there for literally $1, so I had to do an updated version for you guys. I spent a total of $18 on everything. I mean, plus a $1.08 sales tax, so I spent $19.08. But still, everything under $20, which you can't even do at the drugstore nowadays. I mean, drugstore prices have even gone up within the past couple of years, so I think that's pretty good for a full face. I got everything minus false lashes just because I didn't have any, so I'm gonna just stick to mascara. But yeah, I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. Don't forget to grab a snack, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so I do want to mention that I did get this beauty blender sponge. This one's from the brand Sassy Chic. This is what the packaging looks like. I did get it wet under the sink already, and I don't think it's going to be a good one. It feels really, really hard and stiff, and I feel like when I apply my makeup, it's going to be like you can hear that sound, you know what I mean? So I don't know how good this is gonna be. So I'm gonna start as if I would normally do my makeup with the brows, of course. Okay, so these are the brow pencils that I got. They're from the brand Color Mates. And so this one is in black brown. I'm gonna just fill in my brows. They didn't have like a pomade or anything like that, so I'm gonna just make it work with what I have. Normally, I feel like they have more selection in the makeup. They weren't like super stocked today at my Dollar Tree. It's funny because the end of this is silver, but then the actual pencil is brown. So I'm gonna just outline my brows. I did get an eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna try to make a brown work in there to fill in the rest of my brows because I normally don't fill in my brows with a pencil. Okay, this actually is not terrible. Like, it's actually a really creamy formula. Like, for this to be a pencil, like a wooden pencil, normally these don't really work that well for me, but this is not bad. I mean, for $1, that's actually freaking amazing. So the pencil does get really dull really quick. I mean, you know, but that's not a big deal, but that was actually pretty good. I mean, obviously you guys know the struggle with my brows, but that was pretty easy. Okay, so I have an eyeshadow palette in here that I got. This is the 6-color eyeshadow palette from LA Colors. Yeah, I was gonna say LA Girl. And I'm gonna just use the dark brown in here to fill in the rest of my brows. So this is what it looks like. Oh, it comes with that little eyeshadow brush, which normally I don't use, but I'm gonna be using, I think, this chocolate brown color right here in the middle, which is very warm for my brows, but we're gonna just make it work. Okay, I'm gonna use this angled brow brush right here. Oh yeah, this is very warm for my brows. Like, if my hair was brown, maybe this could work. Or even if I was like a redhead. Yeah, I think this eyeshadow has a little bit of shimmer in it too, but whatever. Okay, I also got this concealer. This is the LA Colors concealer, which is apparently buildable coverage. It just looks like that. And this one's in the shade beige. They really didn't have a really great shade selection. A lot of the stuff was either super light or really, really orange. This is really actually cute, like the size of it. And I'm gonna just, I have to smell everything. Put this on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna just use this to clean up the brows like I normally would. And I'm gonna just use a flat brush to do this. This one is from Anastasia. This one is number 18. So I'm gonna just take this. I don't think this is really gonna give me much coverage or anything. It seems very, very liquidy. I don't really feel like it's doing a whole lot. I think I'm just gonna go over top of what I did with my brows because I feel like they look very strange just because the color of them is very off. So I'm just gonna use that brow pencil to kind of like fill them in a little bit because they look kind of red. I don't know if you guys can really tell on camera, but like on the edges, they're very, very like reddish brown. The concealer, I don't really think it's gonna do much for me. It just dissolves into the skin when you blend it out. It doesn't really like do much. I'm also gonna use the same concealer, and I'm just gonna apply that all over my lid as my eyeshadow primer. And I'm just gonna blend that out with this sponge, which is very, very hard. It's not like bouncy at all. Yeah, like it's actually like uncomfortable putting it on the face. I'm probably gonna toss it after I use it, honestly, just because I don't like the consistency of it. I've tried so many sponges that are like this, even that are from like Walmart and Target. They're just so rough and just doesn't work. All right, so I'm gonna go back into this eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna start off actually with that cream color, and I'm gonna use that to set my concealer. I'm gonna just use this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. They actually had brushes at my Dollar Tree, and they were, wow, that's really pigmented. They were actually from Wet n Wild, but I already have a lot of the Wet n Wild brushes that they did have. Like, they're really affordable, like pink and white brushes, and they're actually really, really nice. So that's why I didn't get them, just because I already own them. But if you guys do need to like stock up on any Wet n Wild brushes, I would go there because they have a lot of good ones, and I know that they're obviously cheap, but they're really actually great quality. Ooh, I actually thought this was like a cream matte color. It actually has some shimmer. I'm gonna pick up the like kind of pinky color right there. It's like a rose shade. And I'm gonna apply that in the crease. These are actually picking up a lot of color. Oh man, these all have shimmer in them, and I didn't think that they would, because you can't see the shimmer in the pan, but they do. I normally never use shimmers in the crease, but today is an exception. Normally not something I would go for, but like the shade in itself is pretty. I'm gonna go in with this chocolate brown color right in here with that same brush. This doesn't seem as pigmented on the brush as the previous color that I just used. Like, you definitely have to build it up. Every time I'm doing my makeup is when I always see like these little flyaways. And that's like the best time for me to tweeze my brows, is when I'm doing my makeup, because that's when the little hairs start to pop out. So I'm just tweezing them away. I only ever tweeze my eyebrows like on the outer part, never like the actual brows in here. I used to do that when I was in middle school. Not a good look. Okay, so it's a little messy, but it's okay. Oh, I also did get, I forgot to show you guys, makeup wipes. These are only $1. Why do I keep saying that? This brand though, the reason I got these is because I've seen this brand at TJ Maxx before. I'm pretty sure I've gotten like a facial mask from them. So I was like, okay, maybe these are good, and I always need some new makeup wipes. So I'm hoping that these don't sting my face or anything, because I have pretty sensitive skin sometimes. I'm just like wiping away the fallout because it was getting a little bit excessive. And I sometimes will just run the wipe like on my face. Oh, these actually feel really nice. I'm gonna use a different brush. This one is from Sigma. It's the E25 blending brush. I'm gonna pick up this darkest color right on the end right here. Look at that pigment. And I'm gonna just take that and apply that sort of on the outer V of my eye, just for a little bit of darkness. The only problem that I have with these colors is that they're all shimmery, but if they weren't, I think I would like them more, just because I prefer matte shadows anyway. But I think that's why they're not like the best for like crease colors and stuff, obviously, because they have like a little bit of like a sheen to it. All right, so the eyeshadow palette isn't like my absolute favorite just because of the shimmers, but I did get these loose eyeshadow pigments. This one is called Sunshine. It's just a loose eyeshadow. It says Intense Shimmer right here. So I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. I got this one in the shade Sunshine. That was a tongue twister. Does this not remind you of Trophy Wife from Rihanna? It's like yellow gold. That's the first thing that I thought of when I saw these. I was like, could this be a $1 dupe? I'm gonna be putting this on my face later on too, because they didn't have like an actual highlighter for the face. This is actually a lot of product in here for $1. That's crazy. Oh, okay. So you just take this and you just lift it up. Concept is kind of strange. I mean, I don't really like the packaging, but poured it in there, and I'm gonna be using my same Anastasia number 18 brush. That's actually really pigmented. It's very glittery though. Oh my gosh, do you see that? That's like really, really pigmented. It's not like super yellow, obviously, like Trophy Wife is, but it's like pretty. It's like a light gold. Wow, that's actually pretty. The only thing I don't like is that there is a lot of glitter in it, so like the glitter is literally flying all over my entire life. But for what it's worth, like, do you see how pigmented that is? It's crazy. very, very pretty though. Like the glitter in it is actually not chunky. Like this is a very smooth product. Like I think with some Fix Plus or something, it would stick a lot better and even maybe appear a little bit more vibrant. Like I didn't have obviously any spray there. There's a few things actually I'm just like now realizing they didn't have. Like they didn't have a primer, they didn't have a setting spray. So I want to keep this all Dollar Tree. That's why I'm not going to use any other makeup products, but like I would definitely use this with some Fix Plus and I think that would be really pretty. I'm going to keep this because that color is gorgeous. Like I really, really like that. I got this, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Aziza Studio Liquid Liner. This is the liquid liner that I got. It's funny because like up here at the top it says that it's $4. So I'm not sure if maybe this brand is sold somewhere else and it's more expensive. I don't think I'm gonna like this just because of the applicator. It's very, very stiff. It's not like a felt tip type thing, but we'll see if I can make it work. It's very black though. Not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna skip out on a wing today just because I feel like I'm gonna mess up because the tip is not very like flexible. Like it's very, very stiff and kind of hard. I feel like it's just not gonna work for me. Like I can already tell. So I'm just gonna do a line. If it had a more flexible tip, I think I would really actually not mind this because it's very, very black. Like, I don't know if you guys can really tell. I know the camera sometimes can like wash me out a little bit, but this is a very dark eyeliner. Man, it's already like getting like chunky. I don't know if you guys are ever familiar with like really old liquid liners. Like when they start to just dry out, they start to get kind of crumbly a little bit because you're like scraping off the edges of the liner. That's how this one's getting. So probably gonna have to toss it, but I actually don't mind the color of it. Like this is exactly the type of formula that I look for in liquid liners. The only thing is that the brush, the applicator of it is just a little too hard for me, but I actually really do like the consistency and the darkness. So that's disappointing. Like I mentioned, I didn't get any falsies, which is really weird for me because you guys know I'm obsessed with falsies, but I'm just gonna do a quick coat of mascara. I also got these eyeliner brow pencils. This one's in the shade Black. It's from LA Colors. I'm gonna just use that to tightline my upper waterline. So this seems very, very pointy for my waterline. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of just draw a little bit on the back of my hand. Look how black that is. That's crazy. Because I don't want the sharpness to like irritate my eyeball. So I'm gonna just tight line. I don't think that these liners are gonna do much for me. So I don't know what happened to my mascara. I remember getting a mascara and it even says it on my receipt and I literally don't know where it's at. It's nowhere in my room. It's not in the bag. So maybe I left it over there. I don't know. That's weird, but we're just gonna move into the face products then. I guess no mascara or lashes today. We're just gonna do eyeshadow and liner. So there was no primer or anything like that, so I'm gonna just go in with the straight up foundation. Now there was two different foundations. So this is the moisturizing foundation from Sassy Plus Chic. This one's in the shade Dark. And this is literally the only one that they had. And I was like, maybe I can make it work because I am tan right now. So I was like, let's just see what happens. And then I got this liquid makeup from LA Colors. And this one's in the shade Natural. So I was like, let's make both of these work together. Maybe this color will match me. It feels very thick. Like kind of thick and moussey. Maybe I won't need that other color because this one looks like it's gonna match me. I'm gonna just use my sponge. With concealer, maybe it'll lighten up a little bit. Should we zoom back in a little bit so you guys can see? There we go. This isn't giving me coverage. It literally is like a tinted moisturizer with no coverage. Like, maybe it could be the sponge as well because the sponge honestly sucks. I don't like this at all. I'm throwing this out. I don't like the sponge. It's way too hard on the face. Like I feel like it's not even really doing much for me as far as coverage, maybe because of that. All right, I have this kabuki brush from RC Cosmetics. These are the type of brushes that I honestly prefer if I'm not using like a regular sponge. Okay, this is definitely not giving me any more coverage. Maybe it's just the product itself. This thing is like literally a tinted moisturizer. It's actually kind of really disappointing though. I mean, I know it's Dollar Tree, but like this is a dark shade. Like this is what they consider dark, and this is not even dark. So I really don't think I'm gonna need this other one because this shade isn't as dark as what I thought it was going to be. So I'm gonna use the same concealer that I was using earlier from LA Colors. I want to say LA Girls so bad, but it's LA Colors. So I'm just gonna apply it where I normally would. I'm gonna just use my LA Girl sponge just because I always blend out my concealer with a sponge, and that other one that I got is not good. This isn't giving me any coverage. I feel like none of the face products are worthy of any type of coverage at all. Like they're literally just products that you put on your face just because. What I'm gonna do actually, just because I want to use the product since I have it here, I'm gonna use the liquid makeup from LA Colors underneath my eyes just because I feel like that concealer really didn't do much for me as far as coverage goes. So I'm gonna use this to see if it makes a difference. Ooh, this seems really thick. It's really white though. Okay, so I feel like the more that I blend, the more that I'm not doing much. It just doesn't have any coverage. The concealer, the foundation, I don't think any of it really is coverage. It's kind of just like, feels like a moisturizer, like my skin feels very, very hydrated right now. But that's about it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set with the LA Colors press powder. I've actually tried this before. This is the only powder that they had at my Dollar Tree, and this one's in the shade Nude, which is like really, really light. I'm gonna use this brush right here from Lexi. It's a tapered highlighter brush, but I'm gonna use this underneath my eyes. I actually got this in my BoxyCharm. Doesn't have any scent. The last time I used this, it had like a light scent, I remember. This one doesn't. Oh my gosh, this is so light. I used to wear my makeup like this in high school, and even like some of college before. Like I used to be really into like that white look under here, and it's not cute. On me, at least it's not cute. I know a lot of people can rock it, but me, girl, no. Oh my gosh, I still have glitter on my face too from that eyeshadow. That's the one thing also I don't like about glitter. Like that eyeshadow is really, really pretty, but like even in general, like glitter gets everywhere. I got another press powder. This one's in tan. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with this. I'm gonna use this large e.l.f. powder brush. This one specifically is the 101 brush, which I love. Powder also isn't terrible. I mean, if they had more colors, I don't think that it's a bad powder for $1. It's just the shades are so like off. Like this is tan. This isn't even that tan. It actually looks really light. Then for bronzer, they didn't have any like Dollar Tree brand bronzer, so I just got this e.l.f. Flawless Face Powder. This is like the only bronzer type thing that they had, and this one is in Toffee. I've actually tried e.l.f. powders like this before, and I really, really like them. I'm gonna use this powder brush. This is actually from Target. It's from the Up and Up brand. Just to bronze the skin. Not that I really need much bronziness because the foundation color is like not even my shade anyway, but that's okay. This is very, very red, like a red tone bronzer, which normally I'm not obsessed with. I prefer stuff that's a little bit more like warm and terracotta. But this is very pigmented though, which I appreciate for the fact that it's only $1. Like this powder is awesome. Then for blush, they have this Color Mates blush and brush in Sun-Kissed Tan. It just looks like this. This kind of reminds me of NYC. Do you guys remember that brand? I actually really miss that brand. It was one of my favorite super affordable drugstore brands, and they no longer sell it anymore. I mean, at least at none of my drugstores. Maybe some of you guys still have it, but they had blushes that looked like this, and the packaging reminds me of it so much. I normally go for like really like orange type of colors. I know that I say that word weird. Everybody always tells me in the comments I say orange instead of orange. I normally go for orange colors, but I also like shades like this too that are more mauve tone. I think these are really pretty as well. I'm going to be using a Wet n Wild stippling brush. Like I'm really only seeing the bronzer and like a little bit of shimmer. My allergies today are on another level. I've been sneezing all day. I don't really see much color, but I'm getting color on my brush. I feel like I'm just getting like sort of like a sheen, like it's not really much color payoff. So for highlight, I got another one of these loose eyeshadows because they didn't have like a specific like highlighter duo or anything. This one's in Honeysuckle. So I'm gonna actually mix it with, I think, the other eyeshadow color, depending on how light this one is on my skin. I'm gonna use my Morphe M501. I'm gonna dip in here. Oh my, wow. Like, that's crazy. So I'm really blending it out because if not, it can look literally like a stripe on your face. I'm gonna go back into the shade Sunkissed that I used all over my lid, and I'm gonna kind of mix the two just because I feel like I'm a little bit, like I'm not super tan right now, but I do have some color, so I feel like that's why that looks so crazy on me. So I'm gonna just use the same brush. Okay, on the face, this literally reminds me of Trophy Wife from Rihanna, like not even kidding. It has like that yellowy tint to it. I think it could be like a really, really affordable dupe. And Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife is glittery as well, and this is glittery. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but okay, hold on. I need to swatch these two together because I'm really curious about this. You guys, I am so impressed right now. Oh my gosh. So the one on the top is Trophy Wife. Surprisingly, the LA Colors one just looks more opaque and more pigmented in the swatch. But Trophy Wife has a little bit more glitter in it. It's a little bit more like sheared out. But to me, the colors are very spot on. I mean, I do feel like this is a $1 dupe for Trophy Wife, which is insane just because like Trophy Wife is amazing and I love that highlighter. But even applying them to the face, I love the way that this looks. I think this is so pretty and I love that yellowy tint. I've always been obsessed with Trophy Wife. Ever since it came out, I've been loving it. So I'm really, really happy about this dupe. Can we believe it? Oh my gosh, I'm shocked right now. So I'm gonna just blend this out. Like, look at how pretty that is. I really, really like it. I know a lot of people don't like a lot of highlight and that's totally understandable, but I mean, right now I'm just like having a moment and I'm obsessed with this color. All right, so the final thing I'm gonna go ahead and do are my lips. So I got a lip gloss and a lipstick. So the lipstick is from City Color. I've actually tried this brand out before. They were actually sold at Five Below at one point, and then I'm pretty sure you can still get them on their website. I actually like their one palette. It comes with blushes and highlighters. Really, really pretty. Super affordable brand. So they had a bunch of City Color stuff actually. So I got the shade Latte, which is of course a nude. They had like bold colors, but let's get real. Ooh, it smells like Crayola crowns. It's actually really creamy, but for $1, this is not terrible. I actually really like this color. Like I would probably mix this with like a darker lip liner. I think this would be really pretty. I would honestly throw this lip color in my purse just because like if it melts or if anything happens to it or you know whatever, it's only $1, but it's just good for touching up because it's a really actually pretty nude color. So I don't mind that. And then for lip gloss, I got the Aziza Studio Shimmering Lip Gloss and this one is in 06. It doesn't smell like anything. Oh, it's creamy. It's not like chunky. It's not very like opaque though. Like when you dip the wand in here, it's not like super rich. Like you have to keep dunking in to get more product on your lips. It's a little nude, but I feel like with some lip liner, it could work and be really, really wearable. I mean, I still think this is wearable. It's just a little nude for me, but I like it. Okay. We're all done. But this is the completed look. Let me know what you guys think. Honestly, I feel like this is not terrible. I mean, obviously I had hits and misses as I do with most of my first impression videos, but I think for the price, like for being $1, this isn't bad. And there's a lot of really great products in here that I really love and that I can see myself using again. For example, these shimmering loose eyeshadows from LA Colors. These are amazing, especially the Sunkissed shade, which you guys saw is literally a dupe for Trophy Wife. I mean, this is $1. Like that's crazy to me how pigmented and how beautiful it looks on the skin. Like, I'm really impressed with this, and I really like these two loose highlighters or eyeshadows. I would probably use them more so as highlighters, but they're stunning. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna keep using them because they're beautiful on the skin. I also really like this lip combo. Like, I'm gonna put this in my purse because I feel like for touching up, and again, just for $1, like, it's great. The lipstick is nice, the lip gloss isn't terrible. They don't have any bad, crazy, really noticeable scents, which I really also like. My lips look pretty decent. Like, they're not stinging or anything like that, because I know some people always get nervous that they're gonna like break out or get like rashes or something from really cheap makeup, but I mean, I have no issues with this so far. So far, so good. Everything else for me is a miss for one reason or another. Like, the foundation and the concealer just didn't really give me coverage, and even if I did love those products, I probably wouldn't want to talk about them on my channel anyways, just because there's like literally two shades, like a dark and a light, not even. So that's why those, and then the powders as well, are going to be a pass for me. The bronzer from e.l.f. I really like. The only thing is that the color is very red tone, so I don't really see myself wearing that because it's just not wearable for my skin tone personally. But the e.l.f. powders are really good. You can literally get them at like Target for like $1 or $2, and they're great just to have in your purse to touch up with throughout the day. The blush for me just didn't do much as far as like any blush color. It literally gave me like a little bit of like a sheen to my cheeks, and that's about it. The brow pencil wasn't awful. Like, I actually don't mind it. Obviously my brows don't look the best right now because I don't have a pomade or anything, which is what I normally use. But the only thing I don't like about these is that they get dull so quick. Like, the minute you start applying it, the product starts to get really dull. But other than that, it's not bad for $1. I swear, if this eyeliner had a better felt tip, I would really like it, because the formula on this is so black and matte. That's really hard to come by nowadays with affordable liquid liners. So I do really like the formula, but the brush applicator is not my jam. And the eyeshadows, I think I would really like them more also if they weren't all shimmers. They're all shimmers. I wish they were mattes. I think I would really enjoy them more, but that's why I would pass on them. And then the beauty sponge. I feel like there's way better beauty sponges out there if you do want to get an affordable one. I just did a video on my favorite all under $10 ones. I'll leave that linked down below. But other than that, I'm happy that I found some really nice lip colors in here, and then these loose glitter shadows. I hope that you guys hopefully can take from this video that you really don't need to spend a lot of money to achieve beautiful makeup looks. I know sometimes it can be a little bit discouraging, even myself, if people are using really expensive makeup and I'm like, I wish I could get that product. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm also a consumer as well, and there's some really expensive makeup products that I even can't afford, and I mean, that's totally fine. Don't ever feel bad or feel obligated to have to go out and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on makeup products to achieve bomb-ass looks, because you can do it with really affordable makeup, whether it's from TJ Maxx, the Dollar Tree, or whether it's from the drugstore. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. Let me know what other makeup you guys want me to do next. Thank you guys so much for everything. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I will see you in a few days in my next one. Bye.